All right, you know her, you love her. Every week she breaks down the SEC for us. Kelsey Farese, what's going on, girl?
What's up, guys? Another dark week for me here.
I saw. Did you go to that game? I thought I saw pictures of you at the game.
Well, that was a cheeky little post that I put up because I was fairly certain that Ole Miss was going to win. I think I put this up around halftime. And that was actually a video that I made last year when LSU came to Ole Miss. And I actually I went to the student section with my niece for that game. And all of a sudden during this was last year's game.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden some rumblings started kind of chirping around us that a talk about storming the field. And I was like, oh, I won't be doing that. Like, I'm an adult. I don't think I can storm the field with the students. And I was like, how do you even get down there? The logistics of it. And then we turned to try to get out of it and realized very quickly that the only way out was down.
Yeah,
So
because
I
you
on
can't
the
go
field.
against that crowd. I mean, they're
Yeah.
pushing their way forward.
Yeah, it was a just keep swimming. I was like, do not fall because they will trample you. So I did storm the field against LSU at Ole Miss last year, and I was hoping, something similar would happen this year, but I unfortunately was wrong. So
Now, last year's game, remind me, was LSU ranked super high?
I think LSU was ranked really high. I think it was we were not supposed to win that game. I think that
Okay.
I can't exactly remember what were the logistics and the numbers at that point in the season, but it was a big win for us. It's always a big win to beat LSU. I actually saw some girl online talking about because this year LSU beat Ole Miss and they stormed the field, and I saw a girl saying, "Oh, why did we storm the field against Ole Miss? Like it wasn't even that big of a deal." But some rivalries just demand that type of
No,
response.
I disagree. That they shouldn't have stormed the field. No, no, you gotta
It
it gotta be
was
a
overtime.
big game. It has to be like number one versus like if you beat a number one team and you're not ranked, that's huge. That you storm the field if you're at home. If you're number five and beat number one, don't if you're in the top 25 and you beat a number one, you don't need to storm the field. Act like you've been there before. That's all I'm saying.
They were excited. They wanted the experience of storming the field. And I will say that environment, even just watching it on TV, I've never been to Death Valley and I've never been to Baton Rouge, but they call it Death Valley. Uh,
Yeah.
it looked insane. It looked really fun. I was like, I don't know, this maybe would have me interested in going to LSU if I was at that game.
Let me tell you, I played at Arkansas. We went to Death Valley and played. We beat them like 47-3, or it's like 42-3.
Oh
But I remember getting off the bus, and I don't think I played that game. I was dressed for that game. But when you got off the bus, they couldn't do it today. It would be animal cruelty. They had this big tiger right outside our bus, and they were poking it. And when we got off the bus, they would go, tiger bait, and poking the tiger, and we'd go, roar. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And we were beating them so bad. You know, we as players were making fun of their fans, and fans started taking out knives and going, it's like, what is wrong with your fans, LSU? Talk about, talk about, I don't want to even say, but talk
no,
about those kind of people. Those kind of people.
no, it's actually true. Like
Oh, I
that
know
is
it's true. I was there, Kelsey. They did it to me, Kelsey. Who pulls out a knife to college kids and goes, and of course he was wearing overalls and he looked like he was from Duck Dynasty.
yeah. And again, I will reiterate, you have been, I have not, and that is not an accident that I have not been. That has been a deliberate choice. My parents were like, I don't know, I don't think that's probably a game you ever need to go to. So
Ever. It's
they
an
keep
amazing environment. I mean, it was very, like their crowd was very hyped the first couple of minutes of the game. But
yeah.
they even stayed when they were losing like 42-3. They even stayed. They even
Where are they
stayed.
gonna go? Like
Where are you going to go in Baton Rouge? Let's be honest. Where are you going to go?
I saw
Anyway,
them. they have this bar called Fred's that's, like, apparently a legendary sports bar to go to, and I saw kids the morning of the game at, like, 5 AM in these huge long lines queuing to get wristbands to go to Fred's bar at night, and I'm
Oh
like, "There
yeah.
really must not be anywhere else to go
Oh,
if
but
they are
let's talk
willing to
about
wait."
Ole Miss. Where's there to go at Ole Miss? You talking about small country towns? Like, come on now, Ole Miss,
We have
Ole
a
Miss.
lovely town square, and we
Oh, a
have
town square. Oh,
lots
that's
of
so
bars,
cute.
and they will charge you $100 cover to get into said very small bar, on
Okay,
big game weekends, so, they're a conglomerate. They are making
okay.
their bang for
So,
their buck.
so what you're saying is y'all are fancy.
I don't know, but if listen, as the famous saying goes, "We may not win every game, but we never lost a party." So
Hey, there you go. All right, what do we got coming up this week, Kelsey?
So this week, this is the game I really wanted to go to. I really wanted to go to Georgia is going to be at Texas playing in Austin. Unfortunately, also F1 is going to be there that weekend. So that was not in the cards for me to attend, but I will be watching that game. And I think it's going to be a really good one.
Now, when you go to a game like this, because you're an Ole Miss fan, what color do you like? What do you wear? Who do you wear?
I have a few secret affinities for certain teams, and last year I went to my first Texas game, and I have a lot of friends who live in Austin who are big Texas fans. So I got to tailgate and do the whole experience with them, and it was so cool and it was so much fun. And they just have so many like little things that make them special. Like they have the Cowboys. I love Bevo. What do they call
Oh,
their
Bevo. Yeah.
Bevo? They just got a lot going on. They've got a lot of programming. So I was like,
A lot of program.
I think I might be like a secret Texas fan, actually.
Mm.
Even though I
So
don't live
who wins the game? Who wins the game?
I'm for sure gonna say I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna say that Texas is going to win. I'm gonna say 31-28. Uh
Ooh.
I know. I know it's kind of I'm
I like
saying
it. Hey, I like it, but I don't think it's going to be close. I think Texas right now looks like the most complete football team, but they really haven't. I mean, and they played some teams, but this is their real test. I don't think Georgia is good as people think Georgia is. So I'm gonna say Texas wins by 2 touchdowns and will solidify that number one spot.
yeah.
I just don't think Georgia can play with them. Not at Texas. Not at Texas.
It's
I say
exactly. I
more of
think
a 35-21,
yeah.
23 type of game, 35-23, 24 game, something
That
like that.
feels right. I hope
Yeah.
it's a high scoring game, so it's a little bit more hostile. I think I was way off my prediction on the Texas Oklahoma game from this past week because I think I
Oh,
put some higher numbers for Oklahoma, sadly. But
Oklahoma has no offense. They have defense, but no offense. There's no way. Like when you said that, I was like, there's no way, girl. There's no
well,
way.
and then the game comes on. I think in the first play, Quinn threw like an interception. So I was like, maybe this is going to be a good game. And
Yeah.
then they just, took
They,
off after that.
they fell
So yeah,
apart. They fell apart.
Texas 31-28. We'll
What's
see.
another game?
And then the other game that I actually think this one's going to be super interesting. Alabama
Yeah.
is playing at Tennessee. And normally we'd be like, "Oh, Alabama for sure is going to win." Alabama barely beat South Carolina this week. And I mean, sorry, wait, right. Yes, Alabama barely beat South Carolina this week and Tennessee barely beat Florida this week. And those were two games, both of them
And
I think were expected.
Alabama lost to Vandy the week before. Yeah, I don't know. Florida, Miami beat the hell out of Florida. That's all I know. But I will say this, you can't compare. I mean, teams play different every week and some teams match up. I don't believe in if one team wins one week against a team they're better. I just think these kids match up differently every week, the teams, the
Yeah,
coaches. So, Alabama versus wait, who is it? Alabama and Tennessee
Alabama at Tennessee. Yeah.
at Tennessee.
Mhm.
Who you got?
I think it's going to be close, but I think I'm going to have to go with Alabama.
I knew you were. I knew you were.
but
That
barely.
seems like that seems like the right choice. Give me a score. Just throw out a score.
35-24. I don't
Yeah.
know. You know,
That's
Tennessee
not
has some injuries from this past week. I think they've got like a senior linebacker that went down with a torn ACL, which is never
yeah.
good. So I think
You know
that
what
is
surprised me? I
what.
was surprised that a team held Tennessee to not scoring as much. Like I thought that because here's the thing about Miami. Miami's won every game, very close to losing 2 games, but their offense always put over 40 points up, no matter who's in front of them. I thought Tennessee had an offense like that. I didn't think I would ever see Tennessee score so low. That's
Yeah,
the only reason I think Alabama is going to win because Tennessee has proven that every game they're not going to score a lot of points. I
yeah.
was shocked. What was that final? If you remember, and I'll look it up. What was the final score of that Florida Tennessee game? Wasn't it like 21-20 or hold on. Florida, Tennessee.
Yep.
Because I was shocked. Hold on, here we go. 23-17. I was shocked they only scored 23 points. I didn't think you could hold that offense under 35, you
Yeah.
know? So that's
It
why
was
I got pause.
This is also one of those games that, you know, in past times it'd be easy to go, "Oh yeah, Alabama's going to win." But this has kind of always been a shaky game for them. I think they lost this game in 2022.
Yep.
It's just one of those rivalries that something wacky kind of always goes down in this game. And so I almost have a sensation that I'm completely wrong and that Tennessee, since they're at home, are going to. Is it at home? I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah, it's
I
at
think
Tennessee.
so.
They may just, go ham. I don't know. So that's one. Those two games this week. Oh well, I think we know that Texas is going to win. So that's
Texas
probably
will be Georgia. I
Texas will
believe.
be Georgia. But this game kind of up in the air. So this will be the exciting one to
Yeah,
watch.
but like I said, Alabama will beat Tennessee because I think Florida held Tennessee. It was 3-0 at half or
Yeah,
some crazy score like that. It
yeah,
was like 10-0 or 3-0. I'm like, what is going on? So yeah, I think Alabama beats Tennessee. I'll say by a touchdown, 35-28. Play it
yeah.
safe, you know? So there you go. All right, Kelsey, how can people find you?
Guys, if I make it through, well, actually, almost has a bye week this week, so I should be good to go.
Yeah,
I
you won't lose this week at
Yeah,
least.
no losing for me this week. All will be well. I'll be, how do you look? I don't even know how to
Oh,
do the
UT is like this.
Is this how you do it? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess this is what I'll be doing this weekend. And you can
Okay.
find me at Kelsey Farese on Instagram or on my podcast, The Lawyer's Daughter.
All right. Thank you, Kelsey. Have a
All
good
right,
one.
thank you so much. See ya.
Okay.